And I think what was the second season? Second season running joke was,
what's in the box?
What's in the box?
You guys know the movie 7, right?
This was every 5.5 minutes. It was like, we'll do a scene, and then it was just, we'll be sitting there like eating an apple, eating whatever. Just like, it's in the box. And it just echoed throughout the whole cast. And they're like, what's in the box?
It's a true story. David Ramsey said, first of all, I went and saw 7 outdoors at a theater. I recorded it, I sent it to him. And that was a callback to a text that he sent me on set from Moira's funeral with a picture of her casket that said, "What's in the box?"
That's funny. That was hilarious. I couldn't resist that.
First of all, I didn't get it at first. At first, I didn't get it. And then like 4 hours later, I go, oh. It's actually, sorry, Mark, you're waiting so patiently.
Yes, you are. And
stay.
No, thank you.
Okay, all right, well. David Ramsey, everybody. David Ramsey.
And we still don't know the answer as to whether or not your farts really stink.
They do not.
Let's go right over here. That was pretty fun, wasn't it?
You smell like justice.
Hi, my name is Annabelle, and my question is, how is...
The first 2 words were perfect.
If you could switch your character, who would it be?
Oh, geez. I love villains. So, I think that, boy, I'd want to be Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah.
That'd be cool, right? Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for being patient.
Okay, we're going to take a few more and then we're going to have to get into a photo op session, but let's get as many as we can.
Okay.
Go right over.
Hi, just a quick request. Can you tell me and my friend that we failed to say, just say Root and Mabel, you have failed this season?
Say your names again?
Root and Mabel.
Root and Mabel.
Yes, can you say them like
You have failed this city.
I
think that was good for him. I think that was good. Yes.
You're killing me, man. If y'all don't work out, I'm gonna riot.
Just the one.
Breaking my heart. But what's your diet look like?
Looks unsatisfying is what it looks like. You know what? Forget diet for a second. The most important part of nutrition is just being at peace with yourself. If you're relaxed, if you're good, then your body will digest stuff. I mean, don't eat ice cream 3 meals a day. But at the same time, you know, if you're counting every calorie, then you're going to stress yourself out, and that's not good either. So yeah, there's really no reason to eat dairy, but other than that, eat what you want. Thanks, man.
Let's go right over here.
Hi, my name is Lily.
Hi, Lily.
Awesome person to awesome person, real quick. I know I'm pretty awesome. I was just wondering, in your own words, how awesome you think you are.
What a question.
Well, I'm not as awesome as the audacity of that question. That's for sure. But I'd say that I'm like maybe above average awesome. There's just no good way to answer the question. Everybody put your phones away and I'll tell you what I really think of myself. Thank you for your question. Yes?
That's right. My name is Dooley, and I got 2 questions. One is, if you had to choose a lantern core to be in, what color would you be?
What?
Lantern Corps. Like Green Lantern, Red Lantern.
It's DC, bro. You should know this.
Ignore him.
He's too busy working to read comics.
I'm gonna go with beige, just to be mad at me.
More red, man. And the second one, let's see, if you could be the villain, which one would you be?
You already answered that.
I'd be Ross.
Why? No, why though?
Maybe you should pay attention. I'm kidding, man.
That's how awesome you are.
Hi, my name is Kaylee.
Hey, Kaylee. Everybody quiet so Kaylee can ask her question.
My question is, what is your favorite part about being Oliver Queen?
Well, it used to be the suits I got to wear. I'd say some combination of the suits I get to wear, the speeches I get to give, and the girls I get to kiss.
Good answer.
Yeah, I'm married, sure. But we're not talking about Stephen Amell, we're talking about Oliver Queen.
Right here.
Hey Stephen, it's good to see you again outside this morning. I have a question about where the show is right now.
Yeah.
With this partnership with Malcolm, give me 3 words how to describe the partnership with where Team Arrow is, with how they feel about it. 3 words with the next few episodes.
Oh, 3 words for the next few episodes.
Yeah.
Oh, can it be 4?
Sure.
You sent us where?
Thanks, Stephen.
You're welcome.
Right over here.
Hi, I'm Dara,
Hi.
and my question is, well, you said...
We met earlier, right? I called you Dara, and then I got
Yes.
mad because it should have been right. Okay, keep going.
But if Jared and Jensen from Supernatural could be on, would you agree to work with them?
Boy, as long as my trailer is bigger. And it is. Oh yeah, they can be on Arrow, but only if they played Sam and Dean. Right? And then, maybe I was the long-lost, better-looking Winchester rider. Thank you for your question.
Thank you. Let's go right here.
Hi, my name is Alex. I'm from the UT Archery competitive team.
Sure.
First of all, your form on the show is really, really good.
Thanks, man.
And a quick question for you. Have you ever considered competing? Because if so, I know a few tournaments.
Yeah, you know, that's a good question. I have. Just in much the same way that I would love to do American Ninja Warrior, but I don't want to do either of those things until I'm able to really put the type of focus that, I can't do both things. Arrow is a year-round, aside from being a 190-day shoot cycle, it is a year-round commitment because my responsibilities extend so far beyond the show, which in and of itself is already almost all-encompassing. So I would like to try those things, but it would have to be after the show, I think. So I'll always be able to do archery, but hopefully I'm not too old to do well on American Ninja Warrior. Thanks, man.
Thanks, man. Right over here. I think we've only got time about 2 more.
Hello.
Hi.
It's me, Antonio Giovanni. I'm a Marvel and DC fan, and thank you for, being the Green Arrow. Everyone loves you because you're so badass.
Thanks, man.
And second,
What are
my main serious question: what are your aspirations for the Green Arrow in the future of the season?
I think that it's a good question. We saw our hero, so to speak, get defeated pretty soundly. So I would like him to take that loss to heart and to mind and do things differently. Whatever those things may be, not necessarily romantically, as we saw in the last episode, but I mean, at least from the standpoint of being a hero and trying to affect change in the city, I would like to see him chart a different course.
Thank you.
Hi, Stephen.
Hi.
I know you're a big Seattle Seahawks fan. Would you ever hang the ball?
That's a good question. I read a really interesting thing about how, 109 throws this year from the 1-yard line, that's the first one to get intercepted. I don't know. I think that all the former players that say worst play call ever are just, you know, former players aren't typically good coaches, and I always try not to overreact to things in the moment, but I don't think you get killed the way that Pete Carroll's getting killed if you run the ball, even if you get stuffed 3 times. One last question that's not a, we don't end on a football question.
Okay. Is there one over there?
Hi, my name is Jalen, and I wanted to ask you, but first, my mom said please take off your shirt.
I'm sorry to disappoint your mother, but this shirt in particular is not coming off during the panel.
How is it to feel to be there?
It feels good, man. It feels, when I put on that suit, doesn't matter what I'm doing, I feel strong. You know what I mean? And it was interesting having the opportunity to get in the Arrow costume taken away from me for a couple of episodes, because it allowed me to really appreciate it when I put it back on. So, you know, putting together a good TV show that people enjoy, and you know, playing a character that's been around since the early 1940s, and that so many people were big fans of before they got a television show, it's rewarding every day, Jalen. So thank you for your question.
We do need to wrap this up. I sincerely hope you're going to come back and join us next year. I did want to ask you, you play a hero every week on TV. Who is the biggest hero in your life?
Boy, that's a good question. My mom. My mom's my biggest hero, yeah. You know, the best thing that you can ask for someone is just to have a positive outlook in life despite circumstances or whatever. And just, you know, she's always done that for me. So it would be my mom.
Let's give a big hand to Stephen Amell, ladies and gentlemen.